Hey guys, today we're going to start our Warriors United for Israel project. We are going to be doing a chalk pastel drawing with a lot of value and blending. So I'm excited to share with you this new material. So this is what the chalk pastels look like. I've got them divided into cool colors, warm colors, and then the neutral colors in the middle like brown and gray. And then I keep the white and the black and another gray in separate containers that look like this. And they're at the store if you ever need them to add highlights or shadows. So here we go. All right, the first thing you're gonna do is write your name and class code on the back. Then we're going to do our paper folding. So we're gonna fold the paper vertically, and then we're going to fold the paper horizontally. There we go. All right, and those are gonna be our guidelines when we do our drawing. So we're going to start with this building right here, and it's gonna run right along the center fold. And then when you get to this crease, you're just gonna do a castle line. It looks like little teeth or like the top of a castle, okay? That's the first step. Then we're gonna add this building right here. Very similar, just a little smaller. Notice that it's halfway as tall as the yellow building. So we're gonna start somewhere in the middle and do another castle line. This time, I'm doing wider castle lines just for variety, so it's not exactly the same. Now I'm going to move on to this purple building right here. So it's just a rectangle. And notice that it starts like right there at the edge of one of my castle. So that's where I'm going to start this one. And it goes just below the crease. So not quite at the crease, not as tall as this one. So just a little bit below. So just bring your line up and then bring it across. Okay. Now we're gonna do this building right here, the green one. And it's kind of like an upside down L. It's a rectangle, and then the line connects with this building. So we're just gonna kind of go up from the purple building and then come over to the crease in the middle and then just come down where they connect right there. This one has a roof, so let's go ahead and add that. It's a half circle or a hemisphere. So let's do that. Then we'll move up a little bit more and we'll do this one. This is kind of a square building. So we'll just start right here somewhere on the roof of this green building, kind of go up, over, and then back down to make this building. Okay, so find a spot, come up, across, and down. It doesn't matter if it matches exactly where mine ended, but you just make a square. All right, we're gonna add this taller tower right here next to that one. So I'm just gonna continue from the square building, going up, across, and then down, and making a long vertical rectangle. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this building, or this is a set of stairs, like a staircase along the building. So that's just kind of a zigzag line, like steps. So pick a spot and go ahead and do the steps. If you can fit 3 in or more, that's fine. I'm just gonna do 3. I'm gonna go ahead and add the roof to this square building that we drew, just that half circle. It's a curved line, same as before. And stop when you get to the rectangle, because now we're overlapping. This building is in front of this building and this one is behind it. Okay, let's continue on. We can either do the tower or the stairs. I think I'll do the stairs and then I'll do the tower. So I'm gonna start somewhere by the roof and just bring a straight line up, bring it across, and then I kind of gauge with my with my finger, kind of draw it out using my imagination so I can kind of see it before I mark the paper. And I'm gonna do 4 steps if I can. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, you may have more, you may have less, it's totally fine. All right, I'm gonna do the last building, the tallest building in the background. And that one is just kind of a rectangle and then another longer rectangle. So here we go. I'm gonna start at this side of the steps and draw just a little line going up. I wanna make sure I leave a little bit of room. It's like barely enough space to do that roof. So I'm just gonna go up a little bit, go across, and then come down to maybe the 2nd or 3rd stair. I don't want them to cross, so I'm gonna stop here and just go, you can go to the end of your paper, or like I did, I kind of went along the edge. It doesn't matter if you go all the way across and just finish the building like that, or if you do the edge, it's up to you. I think for this one, I'm just gonna go all the way across. Okay, now it's time for the details. We've got our basic shapes down. Now we're gonna add all the windows and doors. So over here on the building that we did first, we're gonna draw a tall rectangle. And then we're gonna draw another line inside. I'm gonna do it kind of curved, just for variety. I've got the palm tree, so I'm gonna do 2 curved lines. And you may do a curved line and come back and forth almost like a crescent, and do a couple of those. If it goes off the page, that's okay. It can go off the page. If you're able to fit it in there, that's fine. I made my door kind of big, so my palm tree's going off the picture, and that's fine. All right, I'm gonna do the door here for this building. So I'm gonna do just a curved line for this one. I'm gonna add a window to this one. I'm gonna do a curved line and then a straight line for the window. In this building, because I don't have a lot of space, I'm gonna do a very thin door that looks like a leaf shape. And then I'll do a little rectangle or a square, whatever you wanna put in there is fine. Let's see. Moving up here to this building, let's do the rectangles on this one a little bit bigger so we don't have every window the same size or the same shape. So for the tower, I'm gonna try these longer curved ones. For this step, we can put a little curved one in here. For this building in the back, we can do another curved one here and maybe a longer pointy one there. And I think we've got enough windows. I think we're good. Let's add the roof on this one. So we're just gonna add, I think we're just gonna do because I don't have a lot of space, we're just gonna add the curved line there. I made a mistake there, but that's okay. I'll just cover it when I'm done. And then for this one, we can add a little rectangle here, and then we can add the tower. So the tower is gonna come to like a point, 2 curved lines that meet, okay? And there we go. The first part of our project is done. We've got the drawing set. So step number 2, we're gonna be using the black oil pastels, and we're gonna be outlining all of these lines. So we're just gonna make sure to follow our drawing that we did earlier. Oh, I forgot this door. All right. Okay. we've got everything done. Now it's time to add color. So when you're using chalk pastels, it's really important to have the color wheel with you. So here is the color wheel. And when we want to blend these beautiful colors like this, we want to look at the colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So as you're working and combining colors, you want to find the closest colors that are next to each other on the color wheel because they blend very nicely. You could do even 3 colors, right? So you find your colors. You could do 2 or 3. You want to have some tissue. There's tissue boxes near the windows, so you can always get more tissue. And you want to clean your chalk pastel because it definitely catches a lot of different colors. So if you clean them, you'll be sure that the colors aren't muddy. So make sure you clean them as you got ready to before you use them. And then you also may want to have a paper towel with you to protect your artwork because your hands are definitely going to get very chalky. And the chalk spreads and creates a lot of dust. So putting something over your paper on the area that's already finished so that you don't accidentally rub it with your hand. That'll protect your artwork. So let's start with this building right here, since I have those colors. And again, that's just the colors that I'm using. You could do, you know, these 3. You could try these 2. You could try a bluish green with blue. We're gonna do all of them eventually, but you don't have to paint the one that I'm painting the same exact color. You can if you want to, but if you want to use a different set of analogous colors, that's fine too. So we're gonna start with our base color. That's the middle color. All right, I'm just gonna start with that one. And I'm gonna very lightly just kind of put down some color. I don't have to color every area because the great thing about chalk is that it spreads. So notice that I just kind of scribbled it on there. And then I'm going to use one finger and kind of blend it into the paper. If you feel more comfortable, you can always use the tissue or get a clean tissue and use the tissue to rub. We're going to definitely add more layers to brighten up this color. So, but the first layer, we want to start light and then we can build on it. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I like to use my finger. And then just keep one hand clean so you can hold your paper. All right, so when I go to the edges, I go really slow on the edges. And then after I do the edges, then I can move a little quicker and I can stay inside my lines. Now we're gonna add that highlight color. Choose a side where you wanna add your highlight. I like to add my highlights kind of on the top, so put your light color up here. Okay. Kind of bring it down a little bit. Same finger is fine because these colors are analogous, so they're not gonna make brown. They're just gonna blend really nicely, really softly. All right. Now you're gonna start to see an accumulation of dust. So when that happens, just kind of tap your paper off to the side and you'll get rid of that dust. Okay, now it's time for my shadow. So I'm gonna do my shadow on the opposite side. My highlight's over here, my shadow's over here. So I'm just gonna do the darker color here. And then use the same finger. This is my orange one. And then you can just kind of bring it up and blend it in. Chalk pastels are very soft. And you don't need a lot. A little will get you a long way. All right, so then it's up to you. If you want to build up the color a little bit more, you can continue to layer your 3 colors until you're happy with the result. Okay. So I like that. I'm gonna just tap my paper. All right, and there's our first one. So then moving along, while I'm working with these colors, you can put this color combination somewhere else. Pick another area, another building, maybe not in the same place. Maybe I'll do like this one and this one. You know, just kind of spread them out. You want to repeat the color pattern so that there is some pattern to your design. So might as well do all of the areas that we want in this color now while we have our finger full of this color. So again, I'm just putting the highlights on one side, the shadows on the same side as this building, and that's what we're gonna try to do, is just keep the shadows on the same side for every building that we do. Okay, put a little shadow up there. Now it's time to blend very gently with just one finger. Go slow when you're doing the edges. Just kind of follow the outline and then fill it in. Very nice. Okay. And I'm going to do one more because the rule of thirds in art is to, you know, have 3. If we have groups of 3, our eye finds that very pleasing. So we're going to add another color. I don't know. Maybe I should do a smaller one. Maybe I'll do the roof. Decisions. Maybe I'll just do a small area. Okay. I'll add the highlight towards the top, the shadow towards the bottom. And then again, we're just gonna kind of blend it in softly on the edges. If you over mix it and it just turns into one color like I just did, you can always go back with your highlight and add a little bit more to make that color pop out. Oh, I switched fingers, but that's okay. Here we go. You can always use the tissue to clean your hands between colors. So like now that we're done with all the orange, I can put those back in the warm section and I'll try some cool colors. So I'm gonna go to my color wheel and I'm gonna try blue and green. I'm just gonna stick with 2 for this one. And maybe, I think there's a yellow green here. Maybe something like that. Yeah, we could try those 3. So try those. We're gonna add those in different places. Remember, the goal is to stick with, you know, 2 or 3 colors that are next to each other. That's the only rule for chalk pastels, is that you're gonna do colors that are next to each other. You can't do like green and orange or red and green or things across. They have to be close to each other on the wheel, okay? And then I've got my highlight, my main color, and then this will be my shadow color. So for contrast, I'm gonna put this building, this cool building, next to my warm building. So I'm just gonna do like before and just add the color kind of gently. Oh, I'm wondering if this green is gonna interfere with the green of my palm tree, but something to think about. I'll have to figure something out. All right, let's see, let's blend a little bit. So I'm gonna go slow on the edges. Oh, I didn't switch fingers, but I cleaned my finger, so we're good. We're good, I cleaned it with the tissue. Go slow on the edges. Go slow around the different lines and shapes, right? Here, go slow. You can go in a circular motion. You can go up and down. Just depends how much space you have, okay? All right, let's add the highlight. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Let's come in with the highlight at the top. And let's bring it down. This is a big building, so we're gonna bring the highlight a little bit further, even maybe down under the palm tree. And here too. Okay, now we're gonna blend that. I love blending, it's so fun. Just kind of let it fade away into the other color. There. I really like chalk pastels. All right. And then we'll add the shadow, right? So we'll bring that shadow down here at the bottom. Maybe we'll put it in here. We'll go up and over. We'll put it here. Actually, this blue is not quite as dark as I thought it was gonna be. So maybe I'll try this blue. This blue is a little bit more on the indigo side, or blue violet. So I'm gonna just go over it. I'm still using analogous colors. I'm still going to be fine. I won't make a brown at all. I'm just gonna switch it up. Okay, I think I like this better. Yeah, it's gonna give me kind of like a turquoise teal color. Yeah, okay. And it's much darker, which is what I wanted. All right. I'm gonna shake it off or tap it. Just tap it. You don't have to shake the paper, just tap it on the side. Let's see, let's add this somewhere else, this combination. So now I know I'm using this green, I'm using this darker blue. This blue was too light, and this green, okay? So I'm gonna add it to, I think I'll do this building. All right, I'm gonna hop around. Remember, we're trying to do at least repeat the color combination 3 times somewhere on our picture. Oh, I did the lighter color first. That's okay. I'm just gonna go back and add this one on top. That's fine. Not a big deal. All right, I'm gonna combine the two. Going slow on the edges. Trying to stay inside that chalk, the oil pastel line. Trying to stay inside there. Okay, and then the darker color here. Obviously at the bottom. Kind of along the edge under the window. Maybe a little bit along this side. And then blend. Blend, blend, blend. All right. So I've got that building. Tap my paper. And I need one more. I think I'll do this roof. Because I want to space them out. I don't want to put it here. I don't want to put it here. This is too close because they're kind of touching. I want each building to stand out. So I'm going to separate the color combinations. So here we go. I'm just going to do a little bit of color here on this side. A little bit of the dark at the bottom and on the side. And then just real gently, just kind of blend it in. Maybe I'll add a little bit more highlight on this one side. And just gently blend it. Okay, let me tap my paper. Okay, so I've got the 3. I need to go back and add a little bit more highlight here. All right, got that. Okay, and you'll see areas where you don't have a lot of contrast, difference between light and dark. We want to have contrast. That's why we put the warm color next to the cool color. That's why we're spreading them out. The black outline creates a contrast. So we've got all these things, all these elements of art and principles of design happening in our picture. Okay, so we've got warm and cool. Now we can just get a little bit into maybe some neutrals. So I've got this building that's got kind of a sandy color. So I'm going to use that. I have a sandy color in my box. And I'm going to clean it because it's super dirty so you can see. And then I've got white. You can pick that up at the store. And so I'm going to use these two colors to kind of create something different. Because they don't all have to be warm and cool. Just to break up some of that color. So I'm just going to lay down my tan on one side, lay down my lighter color on the other side. And then of course I need to clean my fingers because they're super green. So I may want to try a new finger for this. So I'm just going to go slow on the edges, go around the details like the windows and doors. Follow the shape and the curve of the lines and just kind of fill it in. There we go. All right, and you can always go back and add more and get those little areas that you missed. I feel like I need a little bit more contrast here. There we go. And I'm just gonna gently blend that. I don't want it to disappear. Tap to get rid of the extra dust. Maybe I'll do this one like that too. Add another, maybe the stairs. Why not? You could do it. I'm gonna break up some of that warm and cool colors with some neutral colors. There we go. Just go slow. Blend it in. Tap it. Okay. Maybe I'll do the door or the roof. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. Maybe I'll do the door since it's kind of further away. We'll just do the door with this color. Started with white this time, and that's all right. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just gonna practice blending the two together. Okay, and then tapping it out. And then probably go over it again. And tap it out. There we go. All right, we're moving along. Let's try purple, the purple combination colors. So I've got, this one looks like it's closer to this color. Then I have this kind of bluish color. Trying to see if I have anything else.